windy day, a cool day. You're hearing all kinds of noises, but this is intentional. I will be reading Hamlet. I will do the scene here. Let's see. This is the scene between. I know it's impossible to listen to, but I recorded my Richard III with perfect sound and nobody listened. So what am I to do? Waste time like that? No. Go back to my old way. So here's the scene in Hamlet, another room in the castle. Enter Queen and Polonius. Polonius, he will come straight. Look, you lay home to him. To him his pranks have been too broad to hear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between. Much heat with him. I repeat, he will come straight. Look, you lay home to him, tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me e'en here, pray you be round with him. Hamlet within. Mother, mother, mother? Queen, I'll warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming. Hamlet. Now, mother, what's the matter? Hamlet again, I repeat. Now, mother, what's the matter? Queen. Hamlet, thou hast my father. Thou hast thy father much offended. I repeat. Hamlet. Now, mother, what's the matter? Hamlet. Now, mother, what's the matter? Queen. Hamlet. Thou hast thy father much offended. Hamlet. Mother, you have my father much offended. Queen. Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue. Hamlet. Go, go, you question with a wicked tongue. Queen. Why? How now, Hamlet? Hamlet. What's the matter now? Queen. Have you forgot me? Hamlet. No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother. Queen. Nay, then I'll set those that can speak. I repeat, Queen, nay. Then I'll set those to you that can speak. Hamlet. Come, come, and sit you down, you shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you. Queen. What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help, help, ho. Polonius, behind. What, ho, help, help, help. Hamlet. How now? A rat? He draws his weapon. Dead for a ducat, dead. Polonius behind. Oh, I am slain. Queen. Oh me, what hast thou done? Hamlet. Nay, I know not. Is it the king? Queen. Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this? Hamlet. A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother. As kill a king. Aye, lady, 'twas my word. To Polonius. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better, take thy fortune. Thou find'st it to be too busy, some damage. I repeat, I took thee for thy better, take thy fortune. thou findest to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands, peace sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff, if damn custom have not praised it, so that it is proof and bulwark against sense. Queen, what have I done, that thou dares wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me? Hamlet, such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as Dice's oath. Oh, such a deed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow, yea, this solidity and compound mass with tristful visages against the doom is thought sick at the act. Queen, ay me, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index? Hamlet, look here. Upon this picture, and on this the counterfeit presentment of two brothers, see what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion curls the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the head of Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination and form, indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world the assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mute ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, but at your age the heyday and the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment, and what judgment would step from this to this? Sense, sure you have. Else could you not have motion, but sure that sense is apoplexed. For madness would not err, nor sense to ecstasy was ne'er so thralled, but it reserved some quantity of choice to serve in such a difference. Whatever was it that thus hath cozened you at her blind eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans or but a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones to flaming youth, let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame when the compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth bomb, doth burn, and reason panders. Well, O Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turns mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tinct. Hamlet, nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty. Queen, oh, speak to me no more. These words like daggers into mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet, Hamlet. A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your president lord, a vice of kings, a cup purse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious diadem stolen put it in his pocket. Queen, no more. Hamlet, a king of shredded patches. Save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly gods. What would your gracious figure, Queen? Alas, he's mad. Hamlet, do you not come, your tardy son, to chide that lapse in time and passion? Let's go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say, ghost, do not forget this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Conceit in weakest body, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet. Hamlet, how is it with you, lady? Alas, Queen, alas, how is it with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Forth at your eyes your spirits wildly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your bedded airs, like life and excrement, start up and stand in. O gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look? Hamlet, on him, look you how pale he glares, his form and cause conjoined, preaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with thy piteous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will one true color, tears, perchance for blood. Queen, to whom do you speak this? Do you see nothing there? Hamlet, do you see nothing there? Queen, nothing at all, yet all that is I see, Hamlet, nor do you nothing here. Queen, no, nothing but ourselves, Hamlet. Why, look you there, look how he steals away, my father in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes even now, out the portal, Queen. This is the very coinage of your brain, this bodiless creation. Ecstasy is very cunning in, Hamlet, ecstasy. My pulse as yours doth temporarily keep time. It makes as helpful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test. I repeat, Hamlet, ecstasy. My pulse as yours doth temporarily keep time. It makes as helpful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter will reward, which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that fluttering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film. No ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption my mingle within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven, repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost of the weeds to make them ranker. Forgive me this my virtue, for in the fatness of these perceived times, virtue itself of vice must part and beg. Yea, curb and woo for leave to do him good, Queen. O Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain, Hamlet, oh, throw away the worst part of it. and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to mine uncle's bed, assume a virtue if you have it not. That monster custom who also doth eat of habits evil is angel yet in this, that to the use of actions fair and good he likewise gives a frock or livery, that aptly is put on. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy, for use almost can change the stamp of nature, and at the curve of the devil throw him out with wondrous potency. Once more good night, and when you are desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you for this same bed, for this same Lord, and pointing to Polonius, I do repent, but heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be a scourge and minister. I will bestow him and will, and so well, the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel, only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worse remains behind. One word more, good lady. Queen, what shall I do? Not this, by no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed. Pinch a wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for the pit of breachy kisses, or paddling in your neck with his damp fingers, make you to ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let him know, for who that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock give such dear concerners hide? Who would do so? No, in despair of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket of the house stop. Let the birds fly, and let the fly miss ape to try conclusions in the basket creep and break your own neck down. Queen, be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe. What thou hast said to me, Hamlet, I must to England, you know that? Queen, alack, I have forgot. 'Tis so concluded on, Hamlet. This letter sealed to my two schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will antlers fanged. They bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Let it work. For 'tis the sport to have the engineer. For 'tis the sport to have the engineer hoist with his own post pedar, and shall go hard, but I will delve 1 yard below their minds, and below them at the moon. Oh, 'tis most sweet when in one line 2 crowds directly meet. This man shall set me backing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave. I was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw to an end with you. Good night, mother. That was the end.